Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Boomer 11 Live. I'm pretty much alone right now, hoping Sandipani and Abel will join in soon, but they did say they will. But you have to say that let's start off with something that really makes me happy that Chennai Super Kings have had the best win this season so far 78 runs win over the crowd silence that Pat Cummins is. Unfortunately, today's Chennai crowd could not be silenced, and that was just how good this performance was from Chennai. I think it's also the highest ever defeats in terms of while chasing for SRH, and two of those have come from Chennai Super Kings, and they've never beaten Chennai in Hyderabad. In Chennai rather. They've yet to beat Chennai in Chepauk. So the fortress continues after that slight blip against Lucknow Super Giants, and that pushes them from six to number three. I would have really liked them to be at number two. I expected maybe with 78 runs they would just about creep over Sandimane's Kolkata Knight Riders, but that did not happen. And however, you have to say that Chennai Super Kings did have a very good game. So let's just break it down while I wait for the others to join in. I think it all started off with Chennai losing the toss and having to bat first. Now that's never been a right thing for Chennai in the past few games, where them having to defend is really not gone their way. Both the times against Lucknow, but things were slightly different today. I think very similar start though. Ajinkya Rane going out for just nine and really not getting going, and Bhuvneshwar Kumar ended his misery. But then Ruturaj Gaikwad and Daryl Mitchell. Now that's a very good sign for Chennai Super Kings that Daryl Mitchell looked so good today that he was able to score a lot more freely on a pitch you would say doesn't really suit his batting, because it was not a pitch where the ball came on to the batters much quickly. But you have to say that even when the ballers ball slow deliveries, he was just able to get on top of them and play the right shots. Just 1-6, 7 boundaries, and then he ensured it struck at 162.5. And then Ruturaj Gaikwad, obviously, what a phenomenal player he's been for Chennai Super Kings. I think ever since he made his debut, when in a season where they were just not able to get going, Chennai, they played Ruturaj going against their seniors first policy, and they've really unearthed a gem for themselves in Ruturaj Gaikwad. He's been exceptional as a captain and as a player. He played a phenomenal knock. Um, I think I'll have to say, Teju, in many ways, yeah, it was a blockbuster Sunday because RCB's game was pretty great. I think Will Jacks, if I'm not wrong, scored a century scored the next second 50 to reach his 100 from 50 in just 6 minutes of batting. So it was a blockbuster one, but obviously not a close contest for sure. And yeah, SRH did lose the plot. I think they only won once chasing 200 plus. So that also really hurts them and their pride. They just seem like how we discussed yesterday to be a South Africa-esque team where they just can't chase. Give them whatever pitch and make them open the batting, they're going to score heavily, but make them chase and they can't chase down much. And I think that's pretty much what happened today as well. Absolutely crumbled under pressure. You're right about the fact that they lost, but they never looked like on top of the game, and none of the batters could really play the way that the Chennai batters did. I think they absolutely did not make use of the power play. They made some really bad mistakes. We'll get to that. I think you'll have to obviously talk about Chennai's innings. And Shivam Dubey once again, I think that I just feel like that was the difference there, because even then, they just did fall off a little bit. Yeah, absolutely, Teju. I mean, South Africa off IPL for sure. And they've got some of their South African batters as well, isn't it? They've got Heinrich Klaassen, they've got Aiden Markram, the same guys who struggle while chasing. The same guys today, once again, not really getting going. They got everything in the bat. I mean, they basically hit every ball, but they could never really get in the middle of the bat. They could never really hit sixes. You saw, I think Abhishek Sharma got off to a good start. Travis Head did, but then never really got going. And then Abdul Samad again just couldn't get going. And he did score a couple of boundaries, but just did not help them out. I'll have to say one thing though, CSK were absolutely prepared, right? They played on a different wicket today. Stephen Fleming had gone out to say that they want the pitch to turn more. The pitch did turn more, and CSK came out and looked really good. Now, this is not a good sign for SRH because of the fact that their fans are gonna have to realize that they're gonna play two matches, one in Kolkata, if I'm not wrong, and obviously two matches in Chennai. That's going to be very difficult. If they're going to play like this in Chennai, they'll need to be a lot more better. And the reason I say that is because you're going to have a couple of matches here, semi-final and finals. If you want to win the IPL, you're going to have to play a lot better than you've played today. Yeah, I think you've got Ahmedabad couple of matches, so eliminate and qualify one is fine, but qualifier two and the final. So that's happening in Chennai, and that's going to be a very difficult task for SRH with the bat like this. And I think it's not the first time as well. We've seen that on slower tracks they've struggled a bit, and today just completely looked clueless. I don't think Chennai balled anything more different than what you would expect a decent team on a pitch like this to ball. They balled a lot of slower deliveries. And what I really enjoyed about this game as a CSK fan was the fact that CSK as well were faced with a similar concept. I think Jaydev Unadkar, Pat Cummins, they all tried to ball very similar lengths, very similar strategy to ball into the wicket cutters. But I think, and that's just the difference, right? Chennai were prepared for that. Being a team that has played really well in Chennai, they were prepared for that strategy and they were able to counter it. But then that was the difference. I think SRH, on the other hand, just did not seem like they could counter it at all. They just fell. They were not able to get consistent boundaries, and that really hurt them. And I think this slowed down as well. They really slowed down towards the middle overs. Maybe the attempt was to ensure to save wickets, keep wickets in hand, and then go after. But they really kept things way too long, and that really hurt them a lot as well. So surprising, I would say, the way they played. Um, yeah, I agree. I think you can shush us in Hyderabad, but it's not going to be easy to shush us in Chennai. That's and the place was roaring, right? I mean, I have to say that it was kind of terrible that they cheered Rutraj's wicket because Dhoni walked in. But I think all credit to Rutraj. He just looks like a leader. I just felt like today, even when he was injured, had that wrist injury, staying on the pitch, still marshalling his ballers, and he did what he said in the press conference. Just made me feel like he has a very similar captaincy style to Dhoni, and that's understandable because he shared his IPL dressing room with Dhoni throughout these years. So he said the same thing, right? That most players know what they want to do, and they just go ahead and do that. He just feels like he doesn't really need to go out of his way and do something, which is a good thing, which is really helping CSK. It's his first ever IPL season. He's already looking good. So that is a very good thing for Chennai. I think probably I'll continue talking about this match when the others join in. But I'll just go back to the first match, that is GT versus RCB, and that was just a very, very moralizing victory, you would have to say, right, for RCB. Uh, Obviously, Will Jacks finally showing the IPL fans what he can do. 243 strike rate was phenomenal today. But I think what really also impressed me was Virat Kohli. He played at a strike rate close to 200 against spinners, and that really helped them. That really helped them out, right? I mean, Virat Kohli came in, was spared the faster ballers, went after the spinners, and that was really interesting to see. I think Kohli also had a lot to say after the press conference, and I think that is the Kohli that we know of, right? Someone who doesn't like anyone to speak ill about him, someone who doesn't like anyone to talk about his strike rate or his average or whatever it may be, and just felt like Kohli was in the mood today. But Will Jacks, I mean, he just came out of nowhere. It's almost as if he was waiting for Virat Kohli to get to his 50 and then unleash himself. Went absolutely berserk. I think 10 sixes and 5 boundaries. Incredible batting. And just, I think if you look at his overall, just boundaries itself, it's given him 80 out of those 100 runs. That was just incredible hitting. And on a pitch, yeah, and that exactly right. Going after Rashid, absolutely smashing him in the last over. I mean, you would have to say that they were hoping that maybe they can restrict teams, and I think that also went to show how bad Gujarat's batting strategy has been. Yeah, absolutely right, Teju. That's what I'm saying, right? You can't speak about Kohli like that and escape and hope that he does not.
Yay! Yay! We back.
Yeah, I think the perfect game we're talking about, right? We're talking about RCB's match.
Yeah, that's
and
what I
how
mean.
they
I didn't want to talk
absolutely.
about SRH and CSK, man. What do you think? This is all not planned by me. This is all planned by me. I
Well,
handle.
I think now we can talk about CSK's match. Yeah, I've spoken enough about RCB's match.
Oh shit! I didn't know. Wait. That's not the plan.
No, no, it's all right. What do you think? I mean, you'd have to say that
I was very
Virat
sad
Kohli.
SRH will win today because I wanted CSK to lose. But being very honest
It's
with you,
all right. It's all right. I mean, for you, it was a bad match anyway. Yeah, you probably want none of us to win. If it could have been a washout, it would have been the
would
best for
I have
RCB.
taken CSK's win over SRH win? No, I would have rather had SRH win because you are in the bottom half of the table. Technically, you were
But
not anymore.
from 6 to 3 now, right?
Third, I don't know about that. I didn't
Yeah,
see.
we're third now. We're third now.
Let's see. That's a good jump, man. That's like the
Yeah,
topper of the
I think a
class.
little bit better. Maybe if a couple of sixes, a couple of boundaries are not scored by Samad, maybe would have crossed
Thought
Sandipani's
Kohli
KD.
will get a century, but bro, Kohli did plays for himself. Kohli was playing a test knock again. He will not get a century. Kohli has come
Whoa,
out
whoa,
on this.
whoa, whoa. 158. It was second of 158 even.
So
No, come on.
158 is in the generation of our farmers and peasants. We're in a generation of 211 being minimal strike rate. And I'm going to talk like one of those journalists today saying that Kohli bhai, आपका strike rate बढ़ाओ. Indian team के लिए खेलना है. Spinners को मारो. Sweep कहाँ है?
He
Sweep
smashed
नहीं है.
spinners today, didn't he?
He had a strike rate of 211 versus spinners, but that's not good
And
enough, bro.
a second of 18 against fast bowlers.
Yeah, that was not bad. He took it too seriously, I think. But
Yeah.
either ways, coming back to RCB's game, I'll keep that game very short because nothing much. I think CSK's game was much bigger in terms of context of the table because RCB is out, right? Let's be honest. I mean, I don't even want to spend time talking about that much. But CSK's game is what I want to talk about primarily. But RCB's game, I thought, see, GT again fell short by 30 runs, I felt.
Yeah,
230
absolutely.
was a par.
That's what I was
You
coming
know,
to. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I
and
want to ask you that. Do you reckon GT are playing a brand of cricket that should have been played in 2015, 2013? I think it's just absurd
GT
how
are
they're
playing the
playing it.
brand of cricket which Indian national cricket team plays in T20s. So that's
True.
exactly what I'm trying to say. Because Sai Sudarshan was a fantastic player, but I don't see
Yeah.
Sai Sudarshan and Gill cannot be in the same team. That's my problem.
But
And
today,
similarly,
Sai Sudarshan did play well, don't you reckon?
I mean, yeah, Sai Sudarshan did play
176,
well, but
yeah.
I'm saying that Sai Sudarshan and Gill cannot be in the same team. That's my whole point. And when you have that, then you can't have Saha as well. So
Yeah.
unfortunately, that team doesn't really give me any good vibes. Teju, I'll take some. Just want to Harsha and play some Murali Karthik. Just bought a few pundits today. Uh, but will Giljak striking? Let's be honest. I'll be very, very honest with you, Teju. Giljak was batting like a tail ender in the first 17 balls. He had no idea what he was doing. I mean, that 100 looks great, but we all know if you watch that innings, you would know that. Let's forget the last 24 balls he faced, right? The first 17 balls of his innings, he looked nowhere in place. He had no idea which was the googly. He had no idea which ball to sweep, which ball to play on the front foot. For some good reason, Virat Kohli was taking on the spinners today, so the scoreboard was ticking. If
Yeah.
not, RCB would have been in a major, major point of concern. At one point, I really thought Viljak should get out because he was also given out. I remember he was on 16 of 16. He was given out.
Hmm.
The
It was
decision
a
was reversed
very,
because
very bad
yes,
decision as well. But yeah.
yeah, that was within Menon, so I did not expect anything much from him either. So we just
Does
leave
he
it
just
on.
hate RCB? I think he just hates RCB.
He just hates Virat Kohli and RCB at this point, so I don't even care
Yeah.
what he
And I
whatever
think
he
Virat
does.
Kohli has never been kind to him as well.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, just talking about that game last bit to talk about it, I just feel Will Jack's innings all great, but I still will give not because I'm a Virat Kohli fan, but I think Virat Kohli's knock was much more superior in terms of the context of the game there. Because that's what I'm trying to say, right? If Virat Kohli would not have attacked the spinners today, and if Virat Kohli also would have got into a shell, while Will Jacks was really struggling, RCB would have been really, really, looking at a run rate of 13, 14 at that point. So that's one good thing about today's game that Virat Kohli kept going. So when Viljaks got himself going from the Mohit Sharma over, things looked very easy. And at one point, I was like, today's RCB's team was a lineup which I predicted at the start of the IPL, maybe except for a Swapnil, I predicted Mayank Dagar there. Because I knew if RCB can play Viljaks, Faf, Green, and Maxwell, I think then that's a very solid team. We don't have to think that okay because we have to play overseas fast ball we can do this because today you can play that brand of cricket. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. You're batting to 10
But would
because you
you
have
play
one.
this? Would you still play this 11 against an SRH maybe?
Yeah, I will. Why not, man? I mean, why not? What's stopping you to play? I mean, you can outbat them. You have the power to outbat them. I mean, you don't need an overseas bowler. Which overseas bowler has given you wickets anyways? You can play Vijay Kumar Vaishak instead. And your team has done well. Swapnil Singh can bat. He can battle. So your batting is still number 10. And then you have your top five batters who can really go hell for leather, which is very good. And this is exactly the template I wanted at the start of the IPL, but we are like 10 games too late to realize it. When I kept telling from the start that, "Oh, you know what, you can try this out." Not just me. I think someone who made the statement was it Krishna Manchari Shrikant? I'm not wrong. Yes, he's the one who really made the statement at the start of the IPL that, you know what, RCB, you know what, F everything what you have, your weakness, but bolster your strength instead, which is play Will Jacks, play Maxwell, play Dinesh Karthik, play Cam Green, go smash them. This is exactly, they were too late. I'm sorry, but maybe sometimes it takes a little bit of time to understand, but you're too late now of the tournament to even realize. Even if you have a miracle to happen, you are not going to qualify. So unfortunately, you're out. So let's go to the LSD versus. I think we have to talk about LSD versus CSK game. What did you make of that knocks, Jaren? I mean, especially Ruturaj Gaikwad back to back 100. He could have possibly scored that, but missed out by 2 runs.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say one thing that it's really nice to see Rutraj Gaikwad step up like that, right? And I think aside from the knock as well, what really inspired me is I think he's really, getting into this role as a captain. And I spoke about this before you joined in. Even like, for example, when he got injured, right, with that, I think it was a wrist injury, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
That there seems to be some discomfort he faced because he had bandaged either his thumb was bandaged and it was wrapped around the wrist, but he still stayed there, right? I mean, he could have easily walked off the field. The game looked like it was almost won, but I think for him staying there, or even when he was batting, he spoke about how he was looking to. I think he got really tired towards the end. That really hurt. 20-25 runs of CSK probably should have ended up at 237. That would have helped us go to number three. But then I
Yeah.
still believe today was a kind of day where it just worked out for Chennai because Stephen Fleming's promised that the next time the pitch is going to turn, more happened today.
Yeah, I agree. I'm very little surprised that Pat Cummins chose to ball, because I was very surprised because that was their strength to bat first and throw teams out. And on a pitch which was slightly more on the darker side, I really felt, on a Chennai surface, which is kind of typical like Chennai surface, not really the Chennai surface, you shouldn't have chosen to chase. I mean, that was a bad idea, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think I was really surprised, right? When I saw that, I was like, maybe the only thing that they can save them is due. But I'll have to say, they didn't look like SRH, right? They didn't even look like they're a shell of themselves because there was no intent there. And there was no attempt to score runs. I think except for Travis Head and Abhishek Sharma, no one else even looked like they wanted to hit. And that really surprised me.
I agree. I agree. I personally felt one other thing as well, especially in today's game, was I thought one thing which RCB could have done a little better. Okay, Sandipani just came before we are going to end the live in like 5 minutes, so he can come in and take the stage
Sorry, I fell
completely.
asleep. I mean, the CSK game was so boring. Another CSK sort of a game.
I
I
wish it was a
tried
little
to
bit
stay
more
up.
boring and we would have been number two right now on the table. That would have been nice.
I mean, it's good to hope. That is what you have been hoping from the start of the season, but
No, no, no.
it's
You're
been
talking
nine
about
games.
table here, not about
Bro, I'm
Chennai.
telling you, Sandipani, tomorrow, our team will defeat DC, bro. Don't worry.
I'm sure tomorrow KKR
Should
are
I
going to
say?
defeat DC,
I wanted to
but
say
since they
this,
have said
right?
our team, Abel, beware. I might be in
I
Kochi
have to
on
say this. So
Wednesday
ever since Abel has said in the group
if KKR loses
that I'm
tomorrow.
supporting Army KKR, RCB is 1-2 and KKR have lost two.
Yeah.
KKR have lost
No,
only
almost
one,
not. One.
unfortunately.
They only played one.
So
They only
tomorrow
played
will
one.
become two. Fair enough.
No, no, no. They are not going to lose against Delhi Capitals because
No,
I
our
still
team won't
maintain that
lose, bro. What are you saying? Our team is stronger than
I
these.
would still maintain Delhi Capitals is a substandard team. They have the likes of Jake Fraser McGurk making a name for himself, and I think it's going to be only once.
Vimala Raman likes Sandipani, so I think that's a good thing.
No, I have to take this comment from Teju, right? He did mention that Mitchell is going to come good at some stage, and he did come good today. So that was a very good sign for Chennai.
That's a good sign for Chennai for sure. And I think Chennai would love playing in these surfaces more. And it was served on Chennai's platter today. You know what? Bat first, score
Why is
190.
Ajinkya Rahane still opening?
Who else do you have?
I
You can
mean,
play
I can
Avinash
name two.
Aravali as an option, or you
Why
can play.
not give the opportunity to say a Samir Rizvi because
Yeah,
anyway
that's
you
a
have a
very good
finisher in
option.
the form of Thala.
If KKR batting first, they will lose. Bro, how can you talk about our team like that? Sandeepani, you think our team will lose like that?
KKR will chase 270 tomorrow if needed. KKR will win the toss.
Yeah.
Finally, if Shreyas Iyer does not win a toss at Eden Gardens, he has lost
Tomorrow I'm
three
going
on
to
the
be
But
very
where will you show
personal.
up first? I mean, will you show up will you show up in Kochi or will in KKR
No,
training
first
camp?
I'll show up at Kochi because all the support that Abel is showing, I think I'll have to silence him first, and then I'll go to Eden
Bro,
Gardens
if
to
KKR
silence.
wins tomorrow, me and Sandeepani are going to dance on the live stream. Like,
Wi-
that's for sure. Bro,
KKR
it's
are
our
anyway
team.
going to win against Delhi Capitals because it's a
Bro,
substandard team,
bro,
having
it's
won
our
four of
team
the
at the
last
end of the
five.
day. We can't just let
Complete
go of
fluke.
whatever fans say. Our Gauti boy will come hitting. I support Gambhir. I support KKR. Army KKR. I'm a
Roshan
big Shah Rukh
Pereira,
Khan
it
fan, by
seems
the way.
that Abel is nowadays happy when RCB loses as well because he has learned to be happy anyway.
Then
Rochelle
he
says
is a
it.
KKR supporter.
Yeah,
Huh?
Abel is a KKR supporter.
That's because
Yeah,
he's a KKR supporter.
bro. Yeah, no,
And
no. What?
KKR supporters love RCB. I mean, love to see RCB lose.
Yeah, because that's what
A brilliant knock
Gambhir
from
does.
Kohli today.
It was, it was.
But I thought it was a test knock, not as per T20 standards. Okay, by the
I
way,
think he's
just
also
talking before
he's
we
also
end the
making an
live,
audition.
officially, I want to keep Sandeepani back to sleep because tomorrow is a big game for us, Sandeepani. So I want our energy, I want your energy to be conserved for tomorrow's game, not for these local games of CSK and RCB and stuff. So let's talk about,
RCB are anyway playing a separate league altogether. I mean,
yeah,
it's good that
it's called
RCB are
Rocket
spoiling
League.
chances for Sunrisers Hyderabad and Gujarat Titans. And I think right now Sunrisers Hyderabad, even KKR tomorrow if they lose, I think 5 wins out of 9, it will be a very very balanced
I
points table
think if
all of a sudden.
Sunrisers Hyderabad go on to lose their next two matches, it's going to be very interesting because they are going to be playing RR next. It's not an easy game at all. And they're
But
going to be playing
CSK will
Mumbai.
have a easier path. I think they face Punjab Kings back to back.
See,
I think
I
we've
don't
got
know.
Punjab Kings, we've got RCB as well. That's three matches, hopefully, which we win.
RCB is the last one, so yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
RCB last match, if CSK are on a spot of bother, it's going to be like an face off, must win
Yeah.
for CSK. And imagine RCB spoils that party. That will be the most satisfying thing more than RCB winning the
But
IPL.
as a KKR fan, would you like that name?
I would
I
love
mean,
it as a
I would not
KKR
like
fan as
CSK
well.
qualifying anyways as a KKR fan. Gambhir never liked Dhoni anyways, bro. I'm all
Yeah.
in Sandeepani now. What was the need for Dhoni to come and show off today?
I mean, Dhoni is doing a commendable job. Still unbeaten, 5 of 2, and I think it was because of Dhoni that Chennai Super Kings won by 78 runs.
Yeah.
Because obviously
That is 7 and that 8, that's
we
what
had
the
seen the
total is.
likes of Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur ball in and ball out for the last 10 matches, but only in this game could they execute their plans properly,
Yeah.
especially Shardul Thakur. So I think
But
a lot of credit should be given to Mahendra Singh Dhoni.
yeah,
क्योंकि
I
wicket
absolutely.
के
think
पीछे से वो game
it
बदल
took us
देता
a
है.
while. It took us a while to remove the KKR-ness in Shardul Thakur, bring him back to CSK.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
yeah, that's
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this after the next game. I'm quite
Yeah.
sure Punjab Kings will once again bring the KKR Shardul Thakur back.
Yeah, I think if you guys gonna play in Chennai, I think it's gonna be a good game. But again, it comes down to how
I
Chennai are
think
gonna
no,
the
but
operate.
next one
What
is
I
also
think
in Chennai,
Mulanpur
is in
as
Chennai,
well
and then
has
they have
behaved
travel.
I have a
has been
very
a very
sneaky feeling that Punjab are gonna defeat Chennai in Chennai, and CSK might
I
win in
would love
Molanpur,
that. I would
and
love that.
CSK might win in Molanpur. So that's what I feel
So the
because
first
I
game is
think
in Chepauk. First game is at Chepauk. The
I
next
have a
one is
feeling.
at Chepauk, and then
I don't know. Either ways, Punjab might
CSK
win
goes
in
to
Tepok
Molanpur.
and CSK in Molanpur
Yeah, we
because
have next match in Chepauk. Then we have but it doesn't happen in Mulanpur. I think they've already played the last game in Mulanpur. Abel.
oh, they're playing in
The next match is in
Dharamshala then.
Mohali. Sorry, yeah, Dharamshala.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Then I think Punjab are gonna win that as well. Because I think Dharamshala with that CSK bowling attack of Shardul Thakur, bro, I don't really have hopes.
I
And
think it's
but
equally a bad bowling lineup on the other side, like in terms of form and everything else.
yeah, just in terms of form. But
No, I
just
think
let
KKR
you
is
know
the
some
only team
updates
that
coming in.
scored in excess of 200 against Punjab Kings. So I would be on the contrary. I think Punjab Kings have a very decent bowling lineup.
Yeah. So there was a meeting today in Delhi with selectors and Rohit Sharma's whatever reports we're getting. And Ajit Agarkar was very clear that, Virat Kohli's strike rate is a concern and he's trying to give Deepak Huda a run as well. So that's one of the reports what we are getting.
I think
Uh,
Deepak would have run back to his home.
so I don't know. This is very surprising that we are in a country where Deepak Huda is rated more than Virat Kohli. So that's all. I'll stop the live right there. I think it
But
speaks for
also,
itself.
I would request you to, correct. I think if I'm reading the title correctly of the live, it says Will
Yeah,
Jackass scores 100 of 41 balls.
yeah. Jackass. I think it's corrected. I don't think it's updated yet. So that's one thing.
It's showing Jackass scores 100
Yeah.
of 41. I think
I think as a
it's a bit
KKR fan,
disrespectful
I'm not a big fan of.
talking about somebody who scored 28 of 5 against Rashid Khan.
Oh yeah, bro. What did you make of the knock? I didn't ask your opinion on that. What did you make of the knock?
I mean, he was just sweeping, slog sweeping, and the ball was connecting. All good.
All good while it's good. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. And also, I think Mohit Sharma has lost a lot of confidence with
Yeah,
his
I feel
death
bad for
bowling.
him. He's become a one-trick pony now. That slower ball comes in and you're
Harshal
ready for
Patel.
it. Yeah,
He's
that's
been
and that's
taking close
exactly
lessons with Harshal
all
Patel.
these purple cap holders, right? Like next season, they're just found out in a very bad way, and I hope Sandeep Sharma doesn't end up this way. I really hope he's much better because with Sandeep
But
Sharma, as I mentioned, he's not a
yeah, he tries
one-dimensional
the
bowler.
Yorker. Yeah, he
He's
tries the
trying the
Yorker
Yorker,
at
he's got
least.
the knuckleball and everything. I think that's about it from us for tonight. Thank you, Jaren, for starting up the live as well. And thank you, Sandeep Bani, for giving a cameo. Hopefully, tomorrow our team wins, as I always will
Hopefully,
hope.
you start the live a bit early so that people who fall asleep during the game can stay
Then
awake
I
while
can't
the
help
live
the people who
starts.
fall asleep on the live, right? It's
I
just
mean,
impossible.
if I would have come on live during the watch alongs, I wouldn't have probably slept. But
Yeah.
yeah,
No, we'll do watch along for tomorrow's games, KKR's game. That's
no,
a
no, no,
short.
no. We are not doing watch
KKR's
alongs for
game, we'll do
KKR
watch.
games.
Jaren, are you ready? My team is
I'm
playing.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think watching
Come on,
KKR
yeah,
play is
Jared.
always a honor.
Yeah, watch along. I was planning to do for CSK's game, but then I thought, okay, let Jaren be happy. Yeah. But my team is playing tomorrow, bro. Sanjeev, Bhai, what's wrong with you? I'll do watch along.
Sure. I think KKR will win tomorrow comfortably because if
Yeah,
Delhi
I'm saying.
Capitals bats first, I think it's going to be a walk on the park for KKR.
Yeah, I think Delhi Capitals 100 all out. KKR winning it in 6
No,
overs.
I won't be impractical. I would say 170. 170 will be chased within, say, 17, 18 overs by
That's it.
KKR.
Shreyas Iyer scoring 100 tomorrow.
No. Once again,